How we doing, everybody? UFC Thoughts here, and today I'm going to be talking about UFC Noche, Grasso vs. Shevchenko 2, my thoughts on the card as a whole, and what's next for winners and losers. Let's get right into it. The winner of the very first fight on UFC Noche was Josephine Knudsen, and she won by unanimous decision. Let's look at her stats. 147 of 206 total strikes, 81 of 128 significant strikes, and 3 of 4 on takedowns. This woman was accurate and dominant. Things I saw, great combos on the feet. I mean, she just front kick to jet 1-2s and 3s. I mean, she was fast. She had a great ground game. For a kickboxer, she has great ground game with great takedown defense. She throws whenever she can. I mean, in the first round, Marnik Mann went for a takedown and she stuffed her head and just kept hitting her. It was fucking wild. She has great knees and elbows in the clinch, the leg kicks, push and inside. She does a little push kick to the knee. It's like an oblique kick, but it's like a side kick. It's fucking wild. And she can do this for 3 rounds. She looked very good tonight. This is a women's MMA prospect that I am excited for. And I'm going to pair her up with a women's MMA fighter that I was also excited for, Yasmin Yarugi, who is, of course, coming off the KO loss to Denise Gomez on UFC 290. I think this fight's great for both. Yasmin Yarugi has lost a lot of hype after the Denise Gomez loss. Josephine Knudsen has a lot of hype now after this win over Marnik Mann. Test both of them, why not? Let's look at Marnik Mann. Stats, 39 of 64 total strikes, 8 of which were significant, 0 of 2 on takedowns. She may have Drew Dober a little bit in the face, but she is nothing like him, things I saw. She got impatient. She's got a hell of a chin, though, I'll give her that. She struggled without the ground attack, she didn't even have any offensive ground shit. She just kind of got beat up for 3 rounds. This is a hard fight to judge because, Marnik Mann, did nothing, so I struggled to find stuff. She got pressured a lot. Takedown defense was absent in this fight, and she couldn't get back up. She got up, once or twice, but then immediately got taken back down. But Marnik showed damn near nothing. She landed maybe 1 solid right hand in the entire fight. I'm going to pair her up with Emily Ducote. This is fucking WMMA, dude. Let's go to the next fight. The winner, Charlie Campbell. I mean, this dude is fucking wild. Stats, 1 knockdown, 43 of 72 total / significant strikes. Things I saw, he hits like a goddamn truck. The knockdown stat realistically should be 2. I think he dropped him down twice. The body attack, straight and deep. I said that he has a good body straight. He landed it a couple times. His boxing is super clean. The knees in the clinch, he threw quite a few of them. He's a bit more patient now, and he still applies heavy-ass pressure. But goddamn, he just still is rushing sometimes, and it is got me on the edge of my seat. Don't you fucking rush, Charlie! Don't you fucking do it, dude! I'm gonna pair him up with Ignacio Bahamondes. I think this fight would be fucking nuts. Ignacio is, of course, coming off the loss to Ludwig Klein in Nashville. I still think this fight would produce so much fireworks. It's a big test for Charlie. Ignacio's been in the UFC for a little bit. I think he's 3-2. This fight would be so fucking nuts. Please make this fight. Let's go to the loser, Alex Reyes. Oh god. Stats, 15 of 39 total strikes, 14 of which were significant, 0 of 1 on takedowns. The Reyes family chin is fucking atrocious. Alex actually threw a couple decent leg kicks, though. He lifted his chin in the air too much, and he couldn't circle off the cage, and that was a rough fucking fight for him. I'm gonna make it quick. I'm gonna pair him up with Mike Breeden, yet another NPC in the UFC. We go back to women's MMA with an actual really good fight. This fight actually shocked me. Tracy Cortez won the fight by unanimous decision. 116 of 225 total strikes, 103 of which were significant, 0 of 1 on takedowns. She didn't even need the ground. Tracy Cortez had great counters the entire fight. She had great leg kicks with setup, of course. Whenever she just threw a blind leg kick, Jasmine would kind of just tag her up. Her jab was fucking awesome. It led to the combos. She was fast. She had great clinch knees. She had a big power and speed advantage that I didn't see coming, and she actually got up from the ground. Whenever Jasmine got her to the ground and had a dominant position, Tracy just got up. Tracy is, of course, ranked. She's 14th. She beat the number 15th. It didn't show it on the broadcast. I don't know why. I'm going to pair her with Amanda Hebos. She's coming off the Macy Barber loss. This fight is good for both. If Tracy can stay healthy, Amanda, she got beat up. She's taking a lot of time off. This fight makes sense for both, realistically, rankings-wise as well. Amanda is, I think, 11. Make this fight. Fuck it. We move on to the loser, Jasmine Jasudavicius. Let's look at her stats. 95 of 225 total strikes, 77 of which were significant, 2 of 10 on takedowns. Jesus Christ. Things I saw, she had a solid right hand. She landed it a lot in the first, but as time went on, she kind of landed it less. Her leg kicks were good, and she has a traditional women's MMA front kick where she throws it way out of range. She landed it like twice. She has great pressure, as always. She has pitter-patter strikes, though, as always. Good takedown entries sometimes. There was one that she got really good entrance on it, but most of them were just like panic shots. She also pulled fucking Tracy's hair, which I thought was weird. And she had good clinch work nonetheless. I'm going to pair her up with Teresa Bleda, who is coming off a win over Gabrielle Fernandez, I think is her name. Is fucking, I don't know, dude. Matchmaking women's MMA is so weird. We move to one of the weirder fights in the card. Edgar Chairez had the no contest with Daniel Lacerda after arguably choking him unconscious. Let's look at his stats. 12 of 20 total significant strikes, 1 sub attempt, which he probably should have completed. Things I saw, nice leg kicks from Edgar. There's like the first 30 seconds just him and Daniel exchanging leg kicks. He has good feints. He was feinting a lot, which led to landing leg kicks. He's got good body shots. It was like, there was like a moment where Daniel was against the cage and he's just tagging him up. He got up this time against Tatsuro Taira. He couldn't get up. He got up this time against Daniel Lacerda, and he snatched Daniel's neck pretty fucking quick. The first time around, he arguably could have done it. The second time around, he actually went for it and got it. I'm going to pair Edgar Chairez with Malcolm Gordon, who's coming off 2 losses in a row, of course, to Muhammad Mukayev and Jake Hadley. I think this fight, just rankings-wise, makes sense. I think Malcolm is one of the more outliers of the flyweights. Just makes sense, dude. We move to the other side of the no contest. Daniel Lacerda. Let's look at his stats. 8 of 18 total strikes, 4 of which were significant, 1 of 2 on takedowns. Things I saw, kicks are good in general, as always. He had a great takedown entrance this time. Good ground and pound, some decent elbows. My big problem with Daniel is his fight IQ is so bad, man. It's just so, like, he lit his neck in that position. He left it like that. The stoppage, I understand where people are coming from. Daniel wasn't fully out, but you can't just let your arm go limp like that, man. Like, if you gradually let it down, because I think what he was trying to do was, like, not tire out the right arm and, like, work with his left arm. You can't just let it drop like that, man. Like, he just let it, like, fully drop, dude. I think Daniel deserves to get cut. He hasn't won a fight in 5 fights in the UFC. I think this is his last chance, and I think he's going to get cut eventually. He's actually just too good. Roman Kopylov is too good. Stats, 1 knockdown, 54 of 90, total strikes, 49 of which were significant. Things I saw, kicks are always good from Roman. He had great leg kicks, great body kicks. He had 2 head kicks which stumbled Josh that he blocked. I think he broke Josh's right arm, though. Pretty solid boxing entrances plus combos. He was piecing up Josh at certain points in the fight where it was like, oh my god. The body shots, left hook plus kicks. I already mentioned the kicks. The left hook, I'm not going to just say the left hook because he dropped him with the left hook. He was landing that throughout the entire fight. He landed it a couple times up to that point. He was looking for it, and he got it. Great head movement by Roman. He was patting away the shots of Josh Fremd, and he dodged. He was so good. Takedown defense. He actually can defend fucking takedowns. This dude is next up. He feints well, too. I'm going to pair Roman up with Andre Muniz. I say we get him in the rankings. Andre's coming off the Paul Craig loss and the Brendan Allen loss. I think it's time to get Roman in the rankings, and Andre right now is ranked 15th. You could argue Roman might deserve to be in the rankings right now. Make him fight Andre Muniz. Fuck it. Get him in the rankings, please. This dude is so fucking good. We go to the loser, Josh Fremd. Stats, 38 of 116 total significant strikes, 0 of 5 on takedowns. Things I saw. His jab. Josh Fremd showed a jab against Roman that was actually pretty decent. He was actually tagging him up. He has good combos. Chin from hell. The takedown attempts that he actually tried to take down Roman with were actually pretty good. I don't think people noticed him other than like one, like in the second round where he literally just dove at his legs. It was bad. He has great heart. Josh Fremd wore so much damage tonight. He's going to take a lot of time off. I'm going to pair him up with Christian Leroy Duncan, CLD, who lost a shit ton of hype against Armen Petrosian. I mean, holy fuck, that performance was so dog shit. This fight, I think, would be really cool. Test the wrestling of Christian Leroy Duncan some more. Maybe Christian Leroy gets a highlight reel knockout. I don't know. We go to the featured prelim bout. Lupi Godinez won, and she had a dominant performance. Stats, 1 knockdown, 37 of 51 total strikes, 21 of which were significant, 5 of 5 on takedowns, 6 sub attempts. Holy shit. Things I saw, Lupi is so fast, and she has great clinch and groundwork, and her boxing is so fucking good now. She mixed it up super well against Elise Reed. She pounces. She has so many different options for submissions. I mean, she went for 6 of them, god damn. I'm going to pair her up with Tabitha Ritchie. I think it's time we get Lupi Godinez in the ranked circle. I think a fight with Tabitha Ritchie makes sense. This fight, I feel, would be pretty good. I think it would be fireworks. Put it on a Apex card, co-main event. Fuck it. We go to the loser of the featured prelim, Elise Reed. Stats, 34-48 total strikes, 3 of which were significant. 0 of 1 on takedowns. Things I saw, Elise has so much goddamn heart. I don't know how she didn't tap. Her takedown defense still is kind of dog shit, and her ground game continues to not evolve. She couldn't get anything going in terms of anything. I'm going to make this one quick. I'm going to pair her up with Shauna Bannon, the one Irish female fighter, I don't know. We go to the main card where Kyle Nelson beat Fernando Padilla by unanimous decision. Let's look at his stats. 83 of 185 total slash significant strikes. 0 of 3 on takedowns. Things I saw. Great body kicks from Kyle and good leg kicks. And he actually landed a head kick that seemed to stun Fernando in like the second round, I think. His jab was on point. He has wild right overhands that were landing on fucking Fernando. It was so wild. And he got better as the fight went on. And he made Padilla miss so fucking much. People were clamoring that Fernando probably should have won. I rewatched it. I think Kyle still did more in the third round, but 30-27 as a scorecard is fucking nuts. To not give Fernando Padilla the first round, I think, is personally insane. My scorecard finalized is 29-28 Kyle Nelson. I'm going to pair Kyle Nelson up with Isaac Dolgarian, who got the humongous win over Francis Marshall in his debut. I know Kyle Nelson has fared off 2 fucking up-and-coming guys, Fernando and Blake Builder. I think that this fight just fireworks, baby. We move to the loser, Fernando Padilla. Let's look at his stats. 73 of 209 total slash and strikes. 0 of 1 on takedowns. Things I saw, his combos are always good. Fernando's boxing combos are always pretty good, and he always has good pressure. He has good step-in elbows and clinch elbows in general. His elbows are pretty nice. He has a good body teep kick. He's got good takedown defense. Kyle got really deep on one of them, and Fernando just kind of like shoved him off. The problem is with Fernando, he kind of slowed down as the fight went on. I don't know if it was because of Kyle Nelson's fight style that made him slow down, or if it was just his gas tank in general, but Fernando did slow down. I'm going to pair Fernando with another one of Kyle Nelson's children, Blake Builder. Blake Builder lost his last fight to Kyle Nelson. He hasn't fought since then. I don't see any fight news from him like now. They're both 1-1 in the UFC. Wrap it up. We move to Daniel Zellhuber. Stats, 36 of 101 total slash significant strikes, 1 sub attempt, which he completed. Things I saw, good distance management from Daniel. They say it on the broadcast that he's always at a kicking distance, that people can't hit him, but he can somewhat hit them. It's wild. He's pretty quick. He recovered really well in the first round when Christos Giagos fucking obliterated him with that left hook. He has great takedown defense, decent combos, nice kicks. He has good leg kicks, good body kicks, nice teep kick. The pace, he kept the same pace the entire time. In his submission offense, we saw it when he locked it up. I mean, he immediately saw it and went for it. The thing I don't like about Daniel, though, is he likes to counter with hooks to straight shots. We saw it when Adesanya fought Strickland. You do not want to counter a straight shot with a hook, because it allows the straight to just land even more flush than it needs to. I'm going to pair Daniel Zellhuber with Drakkar Klose. Drakkar hasn't fought since his ACL injury in October of 2022. I think this fight would be so fucking fun just to watch, because they both hit super hard. And Drakkar has some decent boxing skills, just slightly outside the ranked lightweights, you know. Test both of them, why not? We move to the loser, Christos Giagos. Stats, 38 of 82 total slash significant strikes, 0 of 6 on takedowns, Jesus Christ. Things I saw, Christos still hits very fucking hard. The left hooks and right straights. The right straight was landing almost every time he threw it. It was so wild. He's explosive as can be. The leg kicks were nice. He was actually landing some good leg kicks on Daniel Zellhuber that I don't think we were picking up on. He did really well early on to make up for his range disadvantage that he has against a guy like Daniel Zellhuber, but goddamn did Christos slow down and start to panic takedown. I mean, holy fuck. The reason why he got submitted is because he went panic mode and went for a takedown and got fucking just locked up. I'm going to pair Christos with another veteran in Joaquim Silva, who lost to Arman Sarukian in his last fight. This fight would just be so much fucking fireworks as both can crack. I think this fight put it on the fight night in the Apex main card opener. I don't know, prelim, I don't know. Oh my god, the kid can crack. Raul Rosas Jr. stats, 1 knockdown, 19 of 31 total / significant strikes. Holy shit. Great patience from Raul. I know it looked like he rushed in, but at certain points Raul was waiting for Mitchell to overthrow and overswing, and he countered him great. And the left hook he countered him with was on the fucking button, dude. Brutal ground and pound with beautiful ground transitions. Is the hype train of Raul Rosas back? I would say yes. That performance against, I know Terrence Mitchell isn't the greatest fucking MMA fighter of all time, but I mean, he set him down how a minus 900 should set somebody down. He set him down like Bo Nickel style. Raul Rosas is back. I'm going to match Raul Rosas Jr. with Damon Blackshear. I think this fight would be a matchmaker's dream. You have a guy like Damon Blackshear, who is one of 3 people to have a twister submission finish inside the UFC against the 18-year-old child. This fight makes so much goddamn sense. Make this, please. We move to the loser, Terrence Mitchell. Stats, 6 of 19 total / significant strikes. Things I saw, solid kicks, like he had like 3 solid head kicks. He overextended, he has no chin, so sad. I'm going to pair him up with Toshiomi Kazama, who of course is on a 2-fight knockout losing streak. These two kind of suck. Pair up the suckies with each other. Who sucks worse? I don't know, we'll figure it out. We go to the winner of the co-main event, Jack Della Maddalena. Let's look at his stats. 105 of 190 total / significant strikes. Things I saw, Jack Della picked his shots fucking beautifully. He knew when to rush in and go in the pocket work with Kevin Holland. He got in with Kevin Holland. I wasn't expecting that to happen. He got in the pocket with Kevin a lot of times. The leg kicks of Jack Della, I think, played a humongous part in his victory. He kicked the shit out of Kevin Holland's lead leg. His defense was insane. He blocked, I don't even know how many shots, because Kevin threw like fucking 500. Great takedown defense. Kevin Holland got really deep on one of those, and Jack Della Maddalena sprawled like a motherfucker. And he definitely won this fight. Watching it for the first time live, I thought Kevin might have been able to get it 29-28, but after rewatching it, there is absolutely no way that you can give that fight to Kevin Holland, and it sucks for me to say that, because I love Kevin Holland. He's one of my favorite fighters right now. I saw him live in Salt Lake City. There's no way you can give that fight to Kevin Holland. He didn't do enough in the third round. Jack Della outstruck him in the third and outpointed him in the third. I'm going to pair Jack Della Maddalena up with Vicente Luque, who is coming off the 5-round main event with Rafael dos Anjos, which he won. I think this fight would work great for both of them. Vicente didn't win a fight where he should fight up in the rankings. I think he should fight down just a little bit, because Jack's going to move up to maybe 13, maybe 12. I don't know. I think this fight would prove a lot about Jack Della Maddalena, and I think this fight would be so fucking fun. Make it a main event in the Apex or a co-main event with a crowd. I don't care. This fight would be so fucking fun. Please make this. We move to the loser of the co-main event, Kevin Holland. Stats, 127 of 356 total / significant strikes, 0 of 2 on takedowns. Things I saw, Kevin was throwing to throw at certain points. He was just like throwing like pitter-patter shots a lot. He had a great push side kick to the body. He threw it about like 50 times apparently, because of those striking stats, I guess. He has decent work in the clinch. He landed some good elbows, some solid knees, some just good in the pocket shots. He rolled most of the shots Jack Della threw at him, and he had great volume, but Kevin just kept turning, which made the shots of Jack Della look more significant than they really were, let's be honest. He kept rolling his back and turning his back to Jack. A bit of bad fight IQ from Kevin. I'm going to pair Kevin Holland with Neil Magny, who was coming off the abusive fight against Ian Gary. This fight, rankings-wise, makes sense. It would probably also be fun. Probably a very winnable fight for Kevin Holland, too, which would be, cool for me. But, yeah, make this fight. Oh boy, we made it to the main event. Let's start with Alexa Grasso. 1 knockdown, 262 of 408 total strikes, 84 of which were significant, 1 of 2 on takedown attempts, 1 sub attempt. Things we saw, solid boxing, which is constant with Alexa Grasso. It's improved heavily. Power on display. She dropped Valentina, which was fucking wild. The takedown defense is still suspect. Her back take is fucking insane to the day. Alexa slowed down heavily, though, after, round 3. She slowed down so fucking much, and Valentina was picking her apart. This fight has so many bad asterisks to it. The luck of Alexa is so fucking heavy, man. You can tell Valentina is a better fighter than Alexa, but Alexa just like, has certain moments where she does slightly more damage than Valentina that were in lucky-ass situations. And the round 4, she did win round 4 based on the knees, but, like, 3 of those were literally to the back of Valentina's skull. So, and also, I know Alexa probably should have won this fight 3-2. But on the judges' scorecard, Mike Bell, who had it 3-1 going into the 5th round for Valentina Shevchenko, made the 5th round 10-8 Alexa Grasso. I have no idea how anyone can come up with that fucking scorecard. That makes no goddamn sense. I wouldn't mind seeing a trilogy between Valentina and Alexa. That second fight was very fun, but I think it's time to move on for a little bit, get a fresh face to fight for the title, and I think Manon Fiorot is going to get it. I think she deserves it. I think they're going to give it to Manon as she won her fight in a more dominant fashion than Erin Blanchfield did, and I think this fight, fan-wise, is a more fan-favorite type of fight. It's going to be standing, and it's going to be fun, it's going to be awesome, and I don't know who wins this fight. This fight would be nuts. We go to the other side of the main event. Valentina Shevchenko stats, 199 of 301 total strikes, 80 of which were significant, 4 of 7 on takedowns, 1 sub attempt, which was, I think, the guillotine. Things we saw, she had a way better game plan this time around. She wasn't throwing any spinning wheel kicks and bullshit. She jabbed the face of Alexa Grasso off. She had good ground and pound plus a sub attempt. Great wrestling. In most of her recent fights, Valentina has made just so many, like, small mistakes that lead to big moments for the other fighter. You know what I'm saying? She gave away the 5th round. If Valentina doesn't go for the traditional headlock throw in women's MMA, she is going to win this fight by unanimous decision. Because Alexa isn't going to throw a bunch of strikes on Valentina, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Valentina, I would love to see her get the trilogy fight. I think that makes a lot of sense because this fight, of course, is a draw. But personally, I think it's time to move on. I think if Valentina wins her next fight, then maybe you do the trilogy. I don't know. But I'm going to pair Valentina with Erin Blanchfield. I think this fight is very interesting because of the ground attack of Erin Blanchfield. If Erin Blanchfield cannot get Valentina to the ground, then I don't know how that fight goes. But the thing is, if Valentina does give up her back to Erin Blanchfield is on a whole nother level than Alexa Grasso when it comes to submission offense. I don't think people understand that. This fight would be very fun, and you could probably make this a fight night in the Apex, or maybe a fight night with a crowd. I'm UFC Thoughts, and these have been my UFC Noche, Grasso vs. Shevchenko 2 Afterthoughts. What's next for winners and losers of every fight on the card, and yeah. I will see you guys next week for UFC Vegas 79, Fiziev vs. Gamera, and yeah, until then, have a great rest of your guys' day.